So, the fun times have faded as things really start to take a turn for the sad, saying goodbye to the 8.88 million Bulgarians that power Yugioh's ship, plus all of Ninshaw's crew, as they now have disappeared. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Danson, and today let's talk about episode 95 of the Yugioh Go Rush anime series, Tenzaki vs Asaka, and the final duel for Yugioh's men. Now, as episodes goes, this was a very good episode, not for the story, so to speak, but more so for the emotional elements of it. We've known for a few episodes now that the lifespans of the Bulgarians are fading. They're slowly and surely becoming more and more extinct. But seeing this vast amount of people vanish so quickly really hits home as to the urgency of the situation. Really did create that. But also when you add on the fact that we've had all of these interactions with the people within Valvalia and the connections they made with characters like Yugioh, Yuhi, and even Tenzaki. So watching their members dwindle down to zero was heartbreaking, and yet seeing them give their all to help Tenzaki to save Yugioh from more suffering was so heartwarming. I loved the display of passion and their desire and their understanding of Yugioh's character. These men have been through hell and back with Yugioh, have travelled so far with him that they know exactly how he thinks and feels. They know that if he is aware that they're dying, he would want to do something and he would definitely be discouraged by it. So all of this will make the moment where Yugioh and Yuhi find out even more devastating, and I'm definitely looking forward to when that reveal happens. Now, the decision as to whether or not to tell Yugioh is a tough one, and yes, they are making progress in this new situation by finding the Rush robot, but then it would be a massive blow at the same time if they all heard that their friends were dying. But personally, I would want to know if I was Yugioh in this situation. I wouldn't want to be left in the dark for so long. Now, switching over to Asaka, I loved how she was being stern within this episode and not lending her men to help fool Yugioh, as long term that would only create more pain. But I did also like that underneath all of that sternness, Asaka was grieving, and Asaka being the opponent against Tenzaki in this episode I thought was the perfect choice, as not including the members of UTS or Yugioh, Asaka would be the other next character who has spent the most time with the men of Valvalia, as during their space travels in season 1, she was using them as like slave labor almost. So seeing her get upset kind of made a lot of sense in this situation. The animation recently throughout these past episodes have been amazing. Plus the music in this episode was perfect and really helped to give off that emotional vibe and make that moment of them all vanishing even more impactful. Next time, it looks like we're going to get some more Yugioh info, as we see a glimpse of him at the end of this episode, while the heroes are still learning about the Rush robot and what it actually holds. But at the next time, we learn that Yuna is going to be a heavy focus in the next episode, so let's get hyped for that. Although, going from sadness to Manabu's comedy, if you could still call it that at this point, might not be the best atmosphere that they could create. I'm intrigued to see how they're going to handle this, because this is quite a serious and sad and dramatic situation. Adding Manabu with his quirks into the mix is going to make it a bit jarring, even more so. Nevertheless though, thank you so much for watching this review. Let me know your first thoughts and impressions on this episode in the comments down below. Hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to go watch the next one. Have a great day. Alligator, matane, goodbye.